Stadium. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Condors and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Condors head coach. He understands coming off that emotional upset win against the #1 team in the country last week could add a lot of fuel to their fire, but he does not want them focused on that. If they're focused on what they did last week, they won't be locked in and do their job this week. Worry about yourself is the advice that this team got from their head coach this week. Back to you.
All right, Holly. And the Red Wolves headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. So the Condors offense will go on the attack first. Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
Nah, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. A running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. The 10. He's up to 51 yards on the ground already. What a way to get this season started. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. With the run on 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Condors!
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Arkansas State's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. We get our first look in this one at Chauncey Cobb. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You could still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for this squad.
Unloads in the nick of time.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Got to make the play on 4. Fires to the middle. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Red Wolves are rolling down the field. Keeps it himself. And he's brought down after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. On the option. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it and drive on 3rd down. Wide receiver going in motion. On the move. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Condors will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Moves the pocket. It's Owens. Makes the grab.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field. Don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back. Let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw. But you could tell they were definitely locked in. And they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Oh, pressure's coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Perhaps drawing confidence by converting an earlier 4th down. They'll try to do it for a 2nd time in the opening quarter. Moving out to the right. Got out of trouble and throws. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. As we check in with Holly.
Here on the Condors sideline, their running back is making a little bit of history, and his teammates are very aware. That last touchdown, rushing touchdown, put him at the top of school history for this season. Guys are fired up, making sure he gets the game ball right there. He's trying to get his helmet back on and get ready to run back out there and make even more history here today. But guys are very aware that he's doing something special out on the field. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Keep it on the ground. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Keeps it on the ground. Ran through the tackle, and he smashes his way through again. Touchdown, Condor! He ran through 2 men on his way to the end zone.
You become a really good football coach when you got guys like that you can hand it to. Look at him, break tackles and shows you the speed to run away from the defense. Jesse, he is an absolute nightmare.
That's a great point, David. You don't have to scheme this guy up perfectly, which means you don't have to have everybody accounted for blocking, because he'll make them miss or he'll break tackles. And then you're right. Once you get into the open field, it's not just physical running, but how about the ability to hit the jets and take it the distance?
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off with a 32-yard run to the house. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clay. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Owens. Rolls right. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46. And the Red Wolves come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. They're going to run it. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. This time they'll throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. Driven back.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell he gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down. And it'll be the Condors send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. 3rd and long coming up. Looking to throw, it's Owens. Escapes the pressure going right. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Hand it to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Second down, gonna throw it. Unloads it left. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a three-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Unloads to the wideout. Just barely got rid of it.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. The Red Wolves come to the line with a new set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Clay. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. To the air, it's Owens. Got him quickly. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101.
Makes a grab and room to run. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Long way to go on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Oh, what a move. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Line getting set on second down. Looking for the end. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play. You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. To the air, it's right. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. The Condors will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes the catch at the 30. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Fresh center downs going to the air. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Got it in the middle. It's Burris. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and maybe an opportunity to run a couple of plays to put up points before the break. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Cotter.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. Let's start with Texas in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Longhorns with the lead right now in the first half in a battle of 1-0 teams. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football. Now over to your game in Jonesboro. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Centennial Bank Stadium.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The run inside. It's Clay. Inside the 45. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. The give to the left. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Out wide left, it's Burris. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. And the Red Wolves come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Pulls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime they were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Dropping back, it's Owens. He makes the catch for the 2, and now they're down by just a field goal. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Pulls it. Hands it off. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. It'll be 4. And it'll be the Condors will send out the punt unit. On the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Red Wolves offense coming out to start the drive. They close the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll ride the hot hand. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. This third down a little longer after that penalty. Running inside, it's Spencer. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
You talk about frustrating for a defense. You think you got him stuck, you got him backed up, 3rd and long, and they run the ball for a first down. Oh, it makes you so mad.
To the ground, he's got it again. Brings him to the open. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. The Red Wolves come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Crawford. Look out! Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, looking to throw. On the move. He'll pull it down. Finds a crease at the 20. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
That is a crazy sequence of events because if you're the defense, you're feeling yourself after getting that sack on 1st down. Now you've got them in 2nd in California thinking you're going to do it again, and you let him get out the gate. The speed shows up. He somehow is able to make people miss, use the speed, get to the sticks. That kills you as a defense.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Red Bulls! And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. It's a draw. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Just going to keep it after the snap. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the 1st down. Headed to the 4th, and both of these running backs have been outstanding, and both have found the end zone on the day. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. Final stanza of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to get the corner. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Keeps it himself. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Condors will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Looks it in. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Arkansas State ready to get this drive going. They've been outstanding the last couple of possessions, both times winding up in the end zone, and they've grabbed the lead. From the gun, it's Clay. Nowhere to go.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Clay. Snowed under by the defense.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run it on 4th down. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Hits inside. It's Murray. Shakes off the defender.
And I would have just loved to see him stay in bounds. Fall forward, try to run somebody over, not get pushed out of bounds. You know, obviously the clock is one thing, but now set up in a big 4th down with the lead. What do you want to do on 4th and short?
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
On play action. On target. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking for a man. It's right. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. We reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
On the run, fires downfield. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
These crucial situations you practice so much. Inside of 2 minutes, they score, they win. Defensively, how do you bow your neck? You force a turnover, force the fumble, get the ball back to your offense. Go get me a few first downs. This one's over.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. The ride. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the option. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. The brain trusts getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Pulls it and runs it again. They bring him down, and this guy makes the final statement, doing it himself, and they're going to walk out of here with a victory.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Right side, it's Burris. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. And the Red Wolves enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Looking for space, it's Murray. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown. It is a dagger in this game.
That is how you end a football game. Closing seconds, great execution. Take the lead. This game is almost over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. On the return, it's King. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Wright. Rush right in his face. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. One more play to pad the stats. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Goes right through his hands, falls to the ground, and they have also dropped this game as the clock strikes 0. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.